welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Power Book 2 Ghosts, Season 3, Episode 1. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So, this spinoff is probably, out of all the Power series, this is like number 1. Raising Kanan would be 2, and Tommy's series would be 3, in my opinion, for all the spinoffs. So, we got some new characters right off the bat, and up until the last moment of the episode, I probably was like, man, this stuff is getting I don't know. I wasn't feeling it at first, so let's just go through the episode. So you have the aftermath of the Zeke's death, or getting killed by Mecca. We all know Monique spent this whole episode mourning, as she should, and so she's got an attitude. She ain't feeling nobody, and she's fuming at Lorenzo and what's the daughter's name? Man, I should know that. Well, fuming at the daughter and not feeling the daughter at all. So, Diana. It took me a while to get it. So, there you have Tariq is being moved out of the Weston apartment, of course, where he was staying there with Brayden. And the mom comes in because now Brayden's sister is moving in the room now. A lot of us that reviewed Power thought Brayden's sister had a thing for Tariq and it'd be something there. So we'll see how that plays. But it gets deeper as the storyline goes on. So the mom is pretty salty at Tariq. Tariq got to move on, and he goes to see the dean and finds out he doesn't even have a room. The dean has to be speaking to Councilman Tate. Councilman Tate pretty much spoke up for Tariq in his defense, telling the dean to find him a place. Now, what is found out that the alumni does not want Tariq on campus because he's been in trouble or whatever. So this whole storyline, I would have thought this season would be the season that somebody else is on trial or somebody else is under investigation, and let Tariq grow some and be off the radar. But to have him season after season where he's the main target of an investigation and then he finds a way by the end of the season, that's kind of like redundant or whatever at this point. So nevertheless, after Councilman Tate spoke up for him with the dean, he pretty much told Tariq he'd be using his expertise later on. Now, where I was getting bothered, so Lorenzo speaks to Diana, pretty much telling her he bathed some streams to get her into school at Stanfield. So she ironically gets moved in with Brayden's sister. They could have wrote that better. That's just lazy. That was just lazy. And so she gets moved in with Brayden's sister, and they know each other because they Googled each other, so they know who each other is. And when that happens, she wants to form a memorial service for Zeke. So she just starts, I don't know, maybe let's say 2 months happen. Meanwhile, Davis starts the episode off by that ring that Tariq gave him at the end of season 2. That ring was sent to an auction for $5 million. Davis got that money, went about his business. Now, this is where it gets bold. Like, that's where okay, so Tariq gave him a ring that's worth $5 million. Tariq's trust was only $3 million. That's the part that I think they failed with the writing or whatever, because it'll come full circle. So nevertheless, what happens is the ring that got in the auction, you see this woman show up. We find out this woman's name is Noma, and Noma was Mecca's girl. Now, what was Mecca planning on doing? Because he was planning on leaving with Monet and Zeke and all that whole situation, and she was in the wings of in the UK. Now, where I'm looking, this is going to tie in the Ghost because there's been rumors that Ghost is still alive and they're going to have a spin-off show with Ghost in the UK. Now that you got these new characters from the UK, let's see if that rumor comes true. So, nevertheless, you got the new character Noma. She's like the head boss. She wants answers for how Mecca died and what took place, and he was distributing her drugs. And she used the fact that he was a CI to help her move her product. So she comes and shows up, and right off the rip, she has her right hand goon. His name is what was his name? I had to think of that. It'll come back to me. So right off the rip, she makes her impact in the show. She shows up where the guy who actually bought the ring, he's giving it, proposing to his girl. She puts the ring on, and once she puts the ring on, she shows up. So that's a nice ring. Pretty much chopped the girl's hand off, and they both killed him. Took her ring back. Her goon, right hand man, his name is Obi. So David shows up to Monet, pretty much said all Mecca's assets was seized from the government, but his condo was actually going to be left to Zeke, so she inherits the condo. She pretty much told Kane and Drew they could live at the condo until they figure out how they're going to sell it. So, of course, Kane throws a party, and he's looking with the new Connect. The new Connect pretty much told him he going to short him out the deal, and Braden shows up to Kane's party with Tariq. While they're in there talking, out of nowhere, Noma shows up with her henchmen, pulling the guns. One answers. They pulled up Mecca's one of his henchmen, the girl, pretty much shot her in the head. She didn't give up no tape on nothing. So Tariq, Braden, Kane was supposed to be at the game, and they pretty much got put back in the game, saying that they could move the drugs, they could be the full distro for New York, which was Mecca was doing. So Noma was intrigued, like they're little puppies, and I'm gonna give them a shot. Obi didn't want to give him a shot; he just wanted to get him out of here. So meanwhile, you see Braden, his dad is pretty much he's at the company now, Wall Street. Chase, sucker behind her. So there, it's just amazing. Trace is just still alive, but nevertheless, him and Braden go back and forth. You find out Braden got a new love interest that works at his dad's firm on Wall Street, and you see that the guys that work on Wall Street are a bunch of cokeheads. So you already see the play that somehow the drugs that Braden got is going to go through Wall Street because them guys like to party. The dad pretty much told him he would write Braden off and stop supporting him if he don't get his act together. Meanwhile, you got Bash. Bash is the one who has been, who was behind creating Course Correct. And so Bash knows that Braden took the fall for that Course Correct. He knows the truth. It's really Tariq's. So he wants to get paid off. So he visits Tariq. Told Tariq he wants his money within 7 days. I don't know what he told Braden. So now you got Effie and Tariq, and now she's on Stanfield campus now too. She pretty much don't want to be known as Tariq's girl. She want to blend in by herself and develop her own friends and stuff on her own. So Tariq is like, she's putting a wedge in between them when she shouldn't, but she is. So nevertheless, Tariq told her he's the only one that she could trust. Now, from here, uh, they find out. Effie finds out that Tariq is back in the game. She wants in. He told her he wants her left out because he don't want nobody else to get hurt. She like, man, I'm already in. I need money anyway. So they got the new connect. They go in this big warehouse with all these drugs, and now this is where the part gets stupid. It like they got all these drugs. It's no way all them drugs that they gonna sell, they not gonna make millions off of this product. All this product they got. Where it wouldn't make no sense that Tariq is really trying to stay involved to get his trust fund. Now the trust fund also comes with the the club Truth, but it's just like I think now that they already set the number with the 3.4 million that he's supposed to get his trust fund. I think they set that, and now that the all the writing and everything that has transpired, I think that number they like, oh, that's a little number, and as big as Ghost and them was, and they were moving, they didn't have the millions that they should have. Their numbers should have been higher. Like his trust fund should have been sitting more like 15, 20 mil or something like that he would get, because all the work he's doing right now, he should already have money and millions already. All this product they moving, so that's the part where it gets wonky. And yes, we have to critique it because we've been reviewing this all the way since the original Power. So yes, we do critique the writing. So all those who say it's just a show and all that, nah, knock it off and get your own channel and review it, and then say what you say from there. But nevertheless, let's get back to it. And all this product is there. Effie's back on board, and now you got Cooper Saxe and Jenny Sullivan. So they're trying to figure out where Davis' connection is, where he is. They're trying to build a case now. Jenny Sullivan and Blanca Rodriguez meet up with each other because somebody was snooping on Mecca's house, taking pictures, and it was Kevin, the old detective that they threw him out. He's on doing desk work, told him to chill. So Blanca Rodriguez and Jenny Sullivan are now linking together so that they could do a RICO case on Tariq and the Tejadas. So now they working together. Meanwhile, they trying to find information on Davis. Davis' brother is ill, and he's speaking to somebody that could hook him up, that they got some a new drug that could potentially help him and improve his health. And it's on a trial. Only way he can get him in there is if he get released for jail. So Davis is in action, tell the tax, listen, we need you to get into action and figure out this case. But he won't tell them why this case particular. So he doesn't trust Saxe fully. Saxe is still loyal to Jenny and wants to give her information. She pretty much told him, you better not be playing me. Cooper Saxe we're going to count down the episodes. Just see when Cooper Saxe just meet his demise. And I hope it's not all the way to the end of the season. Cooper Saxe just need to get out of here. By mid-season, he needs to go. Nevertheless, so we Bash, Tariq shows up to Bash house, trying to tell him, like, man, listen, we got this new product. I'm going to need you to create some more business accounts. You're going to make more money than you did before. And how about it? Bash pretty much disses Tariq and, tells him he'd tell on him if he don't get his money. Out of rage, Tariq just stabbed Bash up, killed him. At that same time, Braden and Kane was linking together. People like their chemistry together, so they linked together and pretty much was on their way up so Braden could get his first kill. Now, this conversation is key because now you find out more stories about Lauren. So we now know that Effie reached out to Kane, told him he got information. Kane reached out to Braden, told him he needs uh, Braden to kill Lauren. So when Kane thinks he killed Lauren. So Kane, now we know Kane didn't kill Lauren. He wasn't responsible for Lauren's death. He thinks Braden killed Lauren. So now Braden knows that Effie came and retrieved her. So he knows he didn't kill her. So now Kane is wondering why he's hesitant to kill Bash. So by the time they get up there, of course, Bash is already dead. They pretty much said we got to get rid of the body. Now, this day and time with cameras everywhere, that means cameras, they would have seen. Oh, man. Lazy writing again. Nevertheless, from there, they have Zeke's memorial. Monet gets up and walks out. She doesn't want to talk to Diana, even though she put this together. So they had the class. So we got a new teacher that was teaching Professor Carey's class. So we got a new teacher, and she is carrying the same class. You know, the class that they've been doing each season, same type of class where they get in and talk about the politics of life and everything like that. And so all the students in there get to voice their opinion. So they got a new teacher. You find out this teacher has a history with uh, Councilman Tate, and obviously it was physical. He used to mess with her back in the day because she's looking at him in a lustful moment. He's looking at her, but he's with his girl at the time. So he told her we should get up and do lunch. She agreed, and the memorial. And then Tariq gets up, of course. And no, let me, before I talk about Tariq, what he says, you have Little Mo, recorded artist Little Mo. So shout out to who, maybe it was Mary J or whoever, to give her a chance to be on a platform like Power to show her vocals and give her a shot. Maybe it was Mary J. Blige to show her, give her that love. Nevertheless, she sung at Zeke's memorial. Then from there, you had Tariq get up there, say his spiel, and of course, the campus doesn't like Tariq, think he's a problem, and Tariq's pretty much saying like, "Give me a shot, give me a chance." Afterwards, he seen Monet crying, and she pretty much told him, "Well, I know you was with me with Mecca, so I know you didn't kill Zeke. I can't trust nobody else." Lorenzo saying he went looking, but he's not coming up with nothing. She pretty much like, "Get me some answers. You seem to know a lot, and don't tell nobody if you come up on something. Let me know." Lorenzo seeing him talking to Monet. Then the end of the episode came. So right when I was like, man, this episode, I ain't feeling it too much. Critiquing it, and then boom, it showed Jenny Sullivan driving away. And when it showed her driving away, she showed up to this house and showed her badge. When she walks in the house, boom, it's Lauren. So Lauren didn't die. Now it remains to be seen, and she pretty much, Jenny telling her, well, it's best that don't nobody know that you're alive right now, because that's how we can keep you safe or whatever. Now it's going to be questioning. Hopefully they don't play it all the way out to the end to find out what Effie did. So they said Lauren would die in a car accident. However, they never had a funeral for Lauren, of course, and there was really no true investigation. So now Jenny Sullivan, when she did talk to Blanca Rodriguez, she said she has a CI in the organization. So, is she talking about Cooper Sacks? or is she talking about Effie? That's gonna be the main questioning. So they did a. Now as I went at the writing, that was good writing right there. I didn't see that coming. That was good writing right there, and that twist was an interesting twist. So who's the CI considered as Cooper Sachs, or is it considered Effie? Because now it got me believing it was. That's why Effie showed up like that to act like um, to act like she would do it because she knew Brayden couldn't do it, and then she really took her to Jenny Sullivan. And remember, Effie's always been suspect, where she's gonna go for herself, and maybe it's gonna show something where Effie got caught with something some time ago, and she's really been a CI for a long while. And remember, Effie had a connect, and she just said it went on deaf ears or whatever. So it's a lot of suspect stuff. And when Jenny Sullivan was talking to Blanca Rodriguez, she said, I got information, but it's not enough that I could go off of right now. So it really would speak to you don't know who's the CI between Sax or Effie. I'm thinking it's Effie because a lot of things are starting to play in. And you got Tariq in the episode, I can trust you. And we thinking the trust is because we know she killed Lauren, but it's really she CI giving up tape the whole time. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that play out right there. I think that was a cool, nice twist, good writing on that. Salute to them who came up with that. That was good writing. And or maybe Effie thought she killed Lauren. She didn't shoot her, that's for sure. And because the preview trailers showed Lauren like she was knocked out and woke up somewhere. So maybe she thought she killed her and then she really didn't. So we're gonna see how that play out. Maybe they won't leave us in suspense long enough. First episode for season 3. This was a long one. Got through it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Tune back for next week. Till next time.